This is day 53, and today what I started doing was I started including clips of when I died, not just the text and saying I don't know, like actually clipping every single time I die and then including it in my Discord and then trying to find similar ways of when I die. And then my goal is to find patterns of when I die in the same way and then try to come up with the rule and like try to figure out why it's a mistake and how to prevent it from happening in the future. And so far it's been working pretty well, and I think that right now it's not gonna see crazy results, but if I stick with it and collect enough data, I'm gonna eventually start to see patterns and stop making the same mistakes. So let's get into the scrims that I played today, because I played pretty bad. Here I see a solo in wood, and I know this is like the freest kill for us, so I don't go for a pre for whatever reason. I think the pre would have been better, but let's say I don't want to go for a pre. The mistake I make is I don't place the piece inside of his box. We smack, but I don't place the cone in the wall. Even if he maxes me, 180s me to the head, my teammate will still be able to kill him because he will be able to shoot him and he'll have the wall and the cone. But because I go for the shot, and yeah, I hit him 90, but my teammate's shot gets blocked because he places a stair, and then he's able to pre-fire and kill me. If another team would have rolled up on us and they saw my body, and I could have just died just like that. So by me not placing the cones in the walls, we literally almost could have died. And I probably should have just pre-edited because it's much safer. I don't have to get into the box because you don't know, he could have a mythic pump and just one pump me, you know? In first moving, I end up making 2 mistakes that cost us getting a refresh in the first moving. So we leave at 40 seconds. Now here, my mind has to start thinking about pre-edit. So obviously I'm going to land near where this Valiful guy is. And I only think you can go for pre-edits if you have some information on them. And while his wall is low, obviously I can get information. And you can see right there, pop in a slurp. And I only see one person in there, crouched. If they're crouched, they're usually solo, right? And I only see one person in there. So this is a perfect pre-edit to call out. But I don't get that information. And now there's only 27 seconds left. Then I see this team. But right now, this guy is fully looking at me. If I go tarp over to him, he's going to see it, right? So, knowing this, and not seeing any really good options, because I didn't see this one, this would have been a good pre-edit. Now, I should just go instantly. I should just start like getting ready to go and just go deep and then get here to this building. But instead, I sit here looking for pre-edits when it's already 15 seconds left on the clock. We got to get in soon. And then by the time we get in, we're not going to have any time to look for any kills because we get in with 4 seconds left on the clock. See? Now we finally get in. My teammate doesn't even have time to draw me mats, and we have to go to the next zone. So I need to either commit to a pre-edit early, around 25 to 30 seconds left on the zone switch, or if I don't see anything, just go center dead side and then look for a pre-edit there. I don't end up dying here, but it could have definitely led to me dying. So I see this guy just edit right here, and I literally remember seeing him vividly, but I know I have to go up here or like go to the side, which is kind of awkward. But I try to greed without placing a cone above my head or a stair or whatever. Cone is probably the best in this situation. I try to greed it, and then I get coned, and I get so lucky that this guy is terrible and he's really low, because I could have definitely easily died there. So yeah, just place a cone. There's no point in greeting it. With the mats that we have here, I have 49 builds, he has 56. Obviously we need to kill probably this zone, and I wasn't aggressive enough in looking for pre-edits this zone. So we land, and I'm trying to land middle. It's a straight pull, and instantly my mind is thinking, all right, I'm going to pre this guy. So I land right next to him. I build one more box out. I pop the slurp and I get ready to pre him, but he ends up making 2 extra boxes. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave this. But after that, my mind has to instantly go to somebody else. But instead, I kind of just sit in this box, not really scouting. Because if I would have scouted, first, I would have saw this kid, one solo, and one box right here. And I would have seen this duo in one box right here if I was scouting through my cone and actually looking at what's going around my surroundings. Because this play can work, but it's probably not ideal. There's always other plays you can go for. And I didn't look up once at this team. And only when I did rotate did I block my head here. But when I get in, obviously that means that team is still going to be behind us. So when I see this solo staring at me, I already know that's not going to work. He's just going to get out of the box. But we just passed this team. Why don't we pre this team? This team didn't do anything to us. Let's pre this team in the back. Obviously, this is not going to be a good pre, but that's just the best play for us. Like, we needed to pre this team. We had 2 chances, but I didn't look enough for the pre-edit. The mistake I make here is like a little stupid mistake, and it's with the jetpack, but it can have a big impact on our game. So I like to do this edit instead of building the high walls. I just like to go out the back of my box. But what I do here is that I jetpack too close to this like side with the wall here instead of going towards the open side. So I ended up getting caught on the wall and I wasn't able to get out. And then I got stuck inside my box. But as you see, my teammate is able to get out because he's on like this open side. So he's fine. And then that leads to us being split, which is obviously bad. I might die on the rotate trying to get to him. I have to use mats. We can't get a refresh until I get to him. And it creates a lot of problems. And one tiny small thing like that can lead to a lot of problems. This again is another small thing, but it can have really bad ramifications. So we end up getting a refresh and we need to go to zone. And I'm scouting through. I don't really want to go that way. And I see a really good exit here. But I'm not careful enough when exiting this box. So first of all, I don't place a wall here. And then I just place a stair. So this guy, if he's not finished in his body, he can max me. This guy can place a cone and piece me. So the fact that I don't place a wall here, I need to place a wall here, stair, wall to the side, then I'm probably safe. But then I need a stair or a cone above me again. And then I can finally get through. Because once I get through this area, this terrible, like, gross area, and once I get into this, like, open space, I'm completely fine. No one's going to jump me. The scariest thing is not getting sprayed. It's about getting jumped. And my teammate almost getting jumped here, right? Obviously. He has to block the back, the tops, the side. And then this is what happens. Like, he gets split from me. And now, like, he could have died there. You never know. And, it could have been really bad. The mistake I make here is it doesn't affect us in this game, but it's a known rule by everybody, and it's when you're the tarper and you're on low ground, and once you get to like a couple seconds left on the clock, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're on low ground any layer, you want to stop doing what you're doing unless you need the kill. And like here, we don't need this kill. We have low ground, we have a power layer, and we need to keep it. And I, as the tarper, need to stay ahead. And once this zone shows, I shouldn't be reloading, shooting, fighting, anything else. I need to go instantly. Because if any of these other teams wanted to drop on low ground, like let's say this team, they see we're not front, and then they just take low from us, then it's over, you know? Then we have to try to reclaim it or do something about it. But I take my time here, and that could have definitely costed us, and they could have taken low ground from us.